What's going on, drivers? Today we're going to talk about 7 winter driving tips for truck drivers. That would be good for anybody, but it's particularly meant for truck drivers. Hope all you out there are staying safe, staying out of trouble. All that stuff I normally tell y'all in the beginning of my videos. Please like and subscribe. Helps the video, helps me out. Share the video out. It may help save somebody's life, or there may be a tip in there somebody just hadn't quite thought about. So share the video out. I sure appreciate that as well. Well, let's get into it. 7 tips. Number 1, and probably one of the most important in my opinion, is supplies. Make sure you have supplies. You might want to have a little bit of kitty litter. Now that'll help you get unstuck when you're in a truck stop overnight and get stuck. By the way, don't set your trailer brakes in the winter when you stop in a truck stop, just your tractor. That way they don't seize up on you. Plenty of food, plenty of water, enough to last you for a couple of days in case you get snowed in at a rest area somewhere, or they shut a highway down and you're out on the highway, so you end up on the side of the road. That does happens every year to some people. So you're going to want something to eat, something to keep you alive for at least 48 hours. If you smoke cigarettes, make sure you got enough cigarettes to last you 48 hours at all times. And your basic essentials. You might want to get a candle and an old metal coffee can. That's a way of generating heat. If your truck goes down, your heater goes out, whatever, truck won't run. You can take that candle, you light that candle, and you set it down inside that old metal coffee can. Well, it gets the metal coffee can hot, and it creates heat. That's a way of getting some heat. So keep that in mind. All right, number 2, drive at the proper speed for conditions. Now I hear so many drivers say you need a CB radio. Yeah, CB can be helpful, but your CB shouldn't be driving your truck. You should be driving your truck. So you need to be able to stop in the distance you can see. You need to be able to stop in the distance you can stop on for the road conditions that you're on. If it's snowy and icy or slick, you got to add to that distance, right? So you need to run a little slower. This is a common mistake that a lot of drivers make every year. They get too comfortable and they're driving way too fast for the conditions, and all it takes is just one little slip, and that's that. They end their career that quickly. So remember, drive the proper speed for the conditions. And if the conditions are so bad that the proper speed is so slow that you're a hazard, well, at that point it's time to park it. You don't even need to be out there. Don't push it so you're not a hazard. Just put yourself at risk. It's not worth it. That load can be rescheduled. Your life and your job cannot. All right. Number 3 kind of goes along with number 2, but increase your following distance. I normally run 7 seconds, or try to run 7 seconds if I can, as much as possible. You got traffic kind of cutting in and taking away your gap all the time. But during the winter, I'll run a little bit more. And it just depends. It depends on how bad the conditions are as to how far back I want to be from that vehicle in front of me. But increase your following distance. That way you have more time to react if something goes wrong. You can take all day getting there, but at least you got there. You put it in the ditch, you roll it over, it didn't get there. It didn't matter what you did all the way up to that point. All right. Number 4, no sudden shifts of the wheel. Now, you might be going down the road and something happened in front of you, and you're going to have to fight the urge to jerk that wheel. You jerk that wheel, you may put that truck into a spin, you may jackknife, you may roll it. There's many different things that can happen. In the wintertime, you want to do everything gradually. All right, so don't just jerk the wheel. Number 5, again, in the wintertime, you want to do everything gradually. So brake slowly. Don't get on the brakes hard. Don't get on them fast. Brake slowly. That's another reason you want some distance between you and whatever's in front of you, so you got time that you can brake slowly and kind of test them out. A lot of times when I know I'm going to brake, I'll brake a little early, and I'll put a little pressure on it, see how the truck's going to react. And I look in the mirror, see how that trailer is going to react. and then I kind of adjust what I'm going to do to that. All right. Number 6, know when to park it. Earlier, I think it was number 2, when I said, if you got to drive so slow that you feel like you're going to be a hazard, it's time to park it. That's one of the gauges. You know when to park it. Myself, in my own opinion, if it's real icy, I park it. Out driving snow all day long. These trucks weren't meant to be ice skates. I don't mess with ice. All right, so you got to know when to park it, and that's another reason why I say, that'll get into the next part. Number 7, if you have a CB radio, this is for you. Okay, don't believe everything you hear on that radio wholeheartedly. You have to remember that the driver you're talking to, he's giving you his opinion of the road conditions back behind him that you're coming up on. Your idea of bad and his idea of bad may be different. What you'll drive on or what he'll drive on may be different. He may shut down in less conditions than you. He may drive in worse conditions than you. So you have to keep that in mind. Not only that, but drivers will flat just lie to you. Dude, I've had drivers answer CB radio before whenever I holler to find out what the road conditions are, and they're on the same side of the road I'm on. They're just playing. That happens a lot. That's why I say, CB radios, they hold some importance, but don't drive by them. Don't put your whole life in the seat of your CB radio. If you do, you're going to be unemployed out here really, really quickly. All right. Now, this next one's kind of a bonus. You need to know your equipment. You know what your equipment can handle. And I know I've seen recently a lot of trucking companies, for some reason, they'll have dual tires on the trailer, and then they'll have super singles on the truck, or vice versa. They may have super singles on the trailer and then duals on the truck. Don't know why. I have no clue why some of these companies are doing that, or why some of these owner-operators are doing that. But here's the problem with that. Your duals get traction differently than super singles do. And in my opinion, my personal opinion, from dealing with super singles in the wintertime, they are not near as good as duals. But that's just my personal opinion. I think duals are much better. Well, excuse me. Now, so if you got 2 different type tires, you got duals on one and super singles on the other, since they're going to grip different, it's really easy to have a jackknife. So you need to keep that in mind. Pay attention. If you work for a big company, you're swapping trailers all the time, make sure you got the same kind of tires on the trailer that you have on the truck. That way you don't put yourself in a bind. You end up having a jackknife, not realizing, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just the truck and trailer, they're gripping different. Truck might grab better or worse than the trailer. That's all it takes. You get 2 pieces of equipment right there that are connected. But if one's moving at a different rate than the other, that's how your jackknife gets started. Anyway, hope all you out there are staying safe. I hope this video helps. If you found some useful information in here, please give it a thumbs up and pass it along to a friend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, we are all family out here, even if we are a bit dysfunctional. Y'all take care, stay safe, and keep trucking.